Thank you. Good evening and welcome to all the participants joined in the daily virtual program on work-life balance conducted by Professional Skills Enrichment Committee of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India in association with Heartfulness. We have with us today's resource person, Mr. Sulabh Mishra sir, and we have with us Mr. Deepak Khanduri sir from Heartfulness. We welcome you all in this platform. With this, I'm introducing our today's resource person, Mr. Sulabh Mishra sir. Mr. Sulabh Mishra sir has been a dedicated heartfulness meditation trainer since 2010 and has been practicing meditation since 1999. His deep commitment to heartfulness and personal development is reflected in his independence endeavors and professional achievements. Sulu Mishra sir is the founder and chairman of several paramedical institutes. He is also running Brighter Minds, a cognitive development program designed for children and seniors since 2017. In his role as a cognitive coach, he addresses a significant gap in the academic field by incorporating tools and exercise that promote social, emotional, and ethical learning alongside training the Heart to Harness institution. Before embarking on his entrepreneurial journey, Sulabh Sir gained extensive experience in the IT sector where he managed IT projects for healthcare clients. His diverse background and holistic approach to cognitive and emotional development makes him a distinguished leader in his field. With this brief introduction, I'm handing over to Mr. Sulabh Mishra, sir.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. So today we are going to be talking about motivation. Through meditation, better motivation. Okay. Now, as we do in each of our sessions, we will first center ourselves so that we can bring ourselves in this present moment. So let's close our eyes, connect to our heart. As we connect to our heart, all the resources of the heart are now available to us. We are now feeling the presence of divinity. Feel the presence of compassion in your heart, love in your heart. Okay, now let's begin. Can I get a spotlight on my video? And can we mute Sujata, please? Thank you. Okay, let's begin. So today I'm not having a lot of slides. We are going to talk about motivation, and let's see how we get motivated. What is the neuroscience of motivation? And the neuroscience primarily talks about a very interesting neurotransmitter called dopamine, which is also known as a reward neurotransmitter. This dopamine is released in anticipation of something that we are about to do, which will give us reward. Or when we experience something which is pleasurable, when we achieve what we set out to achieve. Okay. So before we see its effect on us, let's try to understand how this neurotransmitter really works inside of us. Okay, so suppose you make sure that people who are linked to you have liked your videos or some post. So you create a nice post and put it on Instagram or Facebook, and then you get 10 likes. You will be very happy because you were anticipating people are going to like my post. So this rush of dopamine release in anticipation motivated you to create the post. Now, when you got the likes, you are very happy, you are elated, and this itself is releasing dopamine. So let's say before this anticipation, your baseline was somewhere here. Okay. As you got this anticipation fulfilled, there was a dopamine rush and your motivation went up to here. Okay. But because you have used up all the dopamine in your brain, there is going to be a crash now. So there will be a crash, but it will not go back to its previous baseline. It is going to go much lower than this. Okay. So now you have a lower baseline. And so what happens now is, next time when you want to create a post, you are also anticipating that I should get at least 25 likes. So if you create a post and you do not get 25 likes, you again get the same 10 likes, there will not be the same pleasure which you had experienced the last time. So you're not going to enjoy it. Okay. Because why it so happens? Because now your baseline is raised and you have to surpass that. So what happens? You create a post, you take some more risk, or you create something very fancy so that you can get more like. And suppose this next time you did get 25 likes. So now there will be a rush of dopamine. You will experience your peak, but because you have exhausted all your reservoir of dopamine, there will be again crash. And this time there will be a lower baseline. So do you see this downward spiral, how it is happening? This is known as addiction. And this is exactly how all the addictive substances work. Let's take another example of alcohol. Okay. I'm reminded of this scene in Sholay movie. Dharmendra has to propose to Hema Malini and he's not finding courage to do it. So what he does, he drinks a lot of alcohol, gets on uh, to a high place, and from there, very boldly, he's proclaiming his love for Basanti, right? So alcohol actually does increase our dopamine level and it increases our motivation. So initially, it does do this, but prolonged use of alcohol interferes with our dopamine circuitry. And then, if you recall what I said just now about how it changes our baselines, you will need more and more alcohol to motivate you. So initially, it boosted your confidence, it motivated you, you felt euphoria while ingesting alcohol. So now you remember this. So you will think, okay, I will again try it because this next scenario again demands that I have more confidence and I should be more motivated to do it. But one peg or two peg will not be sufficient now. You need to intake more. And this downward spiral will continue. and it will, of course, affect your other health, other parts of the body. But primarily, we are talking about our brain. So this is how uh, dopamine taken from wrong sources can affect us. Let's take one last example. If we are using our smartphone and we habitually now pick up our smartphone, we are waiting for next notification, or when we pick up our smartphone, we expect that we will be able to connect with someone, or when we will scroll through some news or social media, we will get some new piece of information. That anticipation of getting some new piece of information, some new connection, some new uh, mimicry, mimes, releases our dopamine, but it again messes up our baseline. So what happens is, since the baseline have changed, you want more of it. So initial one connection is not enough. You want more connections. You want to spend now more and more hours on your smartphone so that you can get the same level of motivation, which initially, few years back when you started using your phone, you want the same motivation today, but it is not happening. Now, someone will say, okay, I want to balance my life. So I will do multiple things. On weekends, I will drink alcohol. On weekdays, I will limit my phone use. I will do certain things on phone. Still, I will do it, but I will also limit it. I will go for some fun seeking activity. I will pursue my goal. Everything you are trying to balance out. All well and good, right? But the problem is, to do any of the things, even when you are hungry, if you are not motivated, you will not eat anything. Because when you eat, you get that pleasure of satiating your hunger, and that is due to the release of dopamine. So everything that we are doing, dopamine is involved. It is involved in the pursuit of every goal that we have. So when we have so many different channels where we are consuming or using up our dopamine, we need something to increase the release of dopamine in a healthy manner. Because even if you are doing things which are safe, which are normal, all this will end up in reducing your dopamine level. And when these levels are reduced, you don't feel motivated to do anything any further. So this is why we need to come up with some healthy ways to increase our motivation and to sustain our motivation levels. Okay. So this is where we will first do our heartfulness relaxation technique. A very scientific study done in 2002 on Yoga Nidra, which heartfulness relaxation is very similar to, or Yoga Nidra, or you call it non-sleep deep rest. They're all same thing, similar things. Okay. So in heartfulness relaxation, no specific study is done, but the study done on Yoga Nidra very specifically found out that there is a 53% increase in dopamine level when we go through these type of techniques. So let's relax ourselves and at the same time increase our dopamine levels. So follow my commands. As I say, you have to close your eyes and follow along. Okay. Bring your awareness to your breath. Take deep breath in and exhale slowly. That is, take more time to exhale. Now take your attention to your toes. Gently wriggle your toes. Now imagine a healing energy is coming from Mother Earth, entering your body through the toes and deeply relaxing your toes. This healing energy is filling up in your body, and wherever it goes, it relaxes that body part. So use the help of this relaxing energy to heal. Relax your toes, sole of the feet, your heels. Now focus on your ankles. Feel the healing energy rising up and relaxing your ankles. This healing energy is further rising up, entering your calf muscles and deeply relaxing your calf muscles. Relax your knees. Imagine this healing energy now entering your thigh muscles and deeply relaxing them. Relax the body touching your seat. Feel this healing energy rising up to your lower back, middle back, and entering your stomach. Wherever this healing energy reaches, it relaxes that body part. All your internal organs of the stomach are relaxing. Your abdominal muscles are relaxing. Middle back is relaxing. Feel this healing energy rising further up to your chest and to your upper back and deeply relaxing them. Now bring your focus on your shoulders. Feel this healing energy relaxing your shoulders. Imagine all the stiffness, tightness in your shoulders are simply melting away. Let your shoulders droop. You can even imagine your shoulders themselves melting away. They are getting totally relaxed. Feel this healing energy flowing down your both the arms. Relax your upper arm, your elbows, forearm, wrist, palm, and fingers. You can also imagine this healing energy oozing out of your fingers, and with it, all the stress, tension in your body are also going away. And bring your attention to your neck. If you feel any tightness or stiffness in your neck, let it be loose. Let your neck relax. Now we will relax our facial muscles. Imagine this healing energy entering your face. You will start with the jaws. Drop your jaws. Let them relax. Relax your chin, your lips, nose, cheeks, earlobes. Pay attention to each facial muscles one at a time and let them relax. Relax your eyes, eyebrows, relax your forehead, temple. Imagine this healing energy is now entering your head and going all the way to the top of your head. Your crown is getting deeply relaxed. Feel this healing energy going to the back of your head, to the front of your head. Your entire head is now getting relaxed. Let's scan our body with the help of this healing energy. And if you find any body part which is still in pain or not yet relaxed, soak it in this healing energy. So start the scan from the toes and go all the way to the top of your head. When you are done, bring your attention to your heart. Relax your heart. Feel the presence of love and light in your heart. When you are ready, you can gently open your eyes. Okay, so let's keep moving. Let's see how our motivation is affected by our emotional state. If our emotional state is disturbed, if there are emotional turbulences, some emotional surges are there, like we are fearful, we are angry, how does it affect our emotions? So if you recall some of the talks in which I have spoken about how our threat response center will deactivate our prefrontal cortex. So this is our prefrontal cortex. This is where we make all our decisions. It's where executive decisions are made. So this is also called executive part of the brain. So all the rational thinking happens here. But if we are in a state of anger, of fear, if we are extremely stressed out, our threat response center will not allow any flow into this area. It will literally shut it down. Instead, all the resources are diverted towards our hand and legs for fight or flight. Now, if our decision making is not available to us, we are not going to be able to make right decisions. We are not going to be sufficiently pursuing our goals in the right manner. Okay. So if we see something and we want instant gratification, and our decision making part of the brain is not available to us, we will end up gratifying ourselves and regretting later. We see a temptation, we indulge in it. And because we know that this is sinful or this is something which I should have not done, you will regret even more. So, when we are sufficiently motivated, we allow this dopamine actually allows us to even motivate us to manage our emotions better so that we are in a better place when we see something which can give us immediate gratification. But instead, it brings balance so that we can be mindful of the future goals, so that it can align us with our goals and ideals. Okay, so if you see, we need to be very clear about our goals as well, right? Unless and until we are not very clear about our goals, any source of gratification can sway us. That is why in heartfulness, we offer a prayer meditation. These three lines in the prayer meditation, they help us be mindful of our goals so that during decision making, we are also making sure that our decisions are in line with our goals. And what is that goal? Basically, the goal is to become our better version, to improve ourselves, to bring perfection, to bring balance in us. So the lines goes like this: Oh Master, you are the real goal of human life. So here we are referring Master as the ultimate God. He is the goal. We want perfection like him. We want perfect balance like him. So it can also be said that we want to get our better version. And then the second line reminds us what happens if our wishes take over. They create obstacles. That instant, that desire to gratify ourselves instantaneously. So we are yet but the slaves of our wishes, putting bar to our advancement. So if we continuously remind ourselves, we will make sure that whatever we are doing is in line with our long-term goal. And who is going to remind us all the time? Nobody externally will go and come and keep telling us. So for that, we have our heart, which is always available to us. So we remind ourselves, you are the only God and power who can bring us up to that stage. So here the you we refer to as the heart. We are referring to our heart where our Lord is seated, our Guru is seated, and we are with this line accepting that our heart can guide us. So we are inviting our heart to lead us towards our goal. So you are the only God and power who can bring us up to that stage. Now, this line is not easy. We are not going to be mindful of it all the time. That's why the heartfulness technique is such that we do this 3 lines prayer meditation. We ruminate over the meaning of this prayer before going to bed. And when we do it before going to sleep, even after we have done this meditation, even after we have fallen asleep, our mind keeps processing it. So even in our subconscious state or unconscious state of sleep, we are still ruminating over this prayer, and it gets deeply embedded in our psyche. So that's the purpose of doing this prayer. Try it in the night before you go to sleep. And then when you wake up, again remind yourself before you meditate. Start your day with this meditation, this prayer. One is enough. Okay. So we also spoke about this emotions that can rise up and that can affect our motivation. So there is another technique in heartfulness which we call cleaning. We clean up all the emotions that are flaring up, all the emotional turbulences that are happening in our system. So let's do this cleaning now for 10 minutes, and then we will do meditation. Now there is a study again done on meditation that our meditation also improves dopamine levels. It improves motivation. So these are healthy ways to improve our dopamine levels, to keep us motivated. If we have goal, we are more motivated. We are more likely to be motivated to pursue those goals. Okay, so let's do cleaning now. Again, I will be guiding you. First, if you can understand it, it is like this. First, we will make a suggestion to ourselves that all the impurities, complexities created due to the impressions formed in our system are melting. You saw a car, you want, you have a desire now to own it. You saw gulab jamun on the road, you want to eat it. All these are creating impressions, and even if it is a good impression, it is creating some sort of impressions. If it is a bad impression, it is still creating impurity, complexity in our system. So we are not going to be doing any value judgment. Impressions are to be removed. That's it. Okay, so they are all melting, going towards my back, and from there it is ejected out in the form of smoke or vapor. One thing, smoke or vapor. Okay, so we keep doing this for 15-20 minutes in the evening. Today we will do 10 minutes, but in general, we do it in the evening after the day's work is over, after we have ended our work life and we are beginning with our family life. So before we start our family life, we want a clean slate. So that's why we do this cleaning practice in the evening, and preferably before dinner. Because if you recall, if you had a chance to cook and you were frustrated or angry, just recall the quality of that food. Whereas if you have ever eaten in a temple or a prasad, there it is made with a lot of devotion. Just recall the quality, the taste of that food. So our emotional state does affect the quality of the food that we prepare and that we eat, because we transmit our emotional state into that food and then we are ingesting that same food. So we want to make sure that we have a clean slate. We have a balanced our emotional state. Okay. So that's why it's preferred to eat, to do cleaning before having our dinner. So once we have done this part, we go to the second step of the process. In the second step, we invite a sacred current from above. And imagine this sacred current is entering our system from the front and pushing side all the remaining residual impurities and complexities. And as they go out, my heart is now being filled with this sacred current. Then imagine this sacred current spreading in your entire system, purifying each and every corner of your body, each and every cell of your body. Imagine your cells are saturated with this sacred current. And then have a conviction that you are now clean, pure, and sacred. So let's do this for a few minutes. Make a suggestion that that all the complexities and impurities in your system are melting and going towards your back in the form of smoke or vapor. Attach your willpower with this thought, with this suggestion, and have faith, have conviction that it is really happening. So once again, make a thought that all the complexities, impurities formed in your system due to the impressions are melting, going towards your back, and from there ejecting out in the form of smoke. Maintain your focus on your back and continue to eject all the complexities and impurities. They're going out from the back of your head, back of your neck, from your shoulders, from your upper back, middle back, your lower back. Your entire spine is getting purified. We do not focus on any chakras, but our chakras also get cleansed in this process. So take up your entire back from the tailbone all the way up to the back of your head. Do it with a lot of conviction and confidence. Use your willpower as necessary to maintain your focus on the work you're doing. All the complexities and impurities are melting, going towards your back, and from there, they are released in the form of smoke or vapor. They are leaving you from the back of your head, from the back of your neck, from the back of your shoulders, from your upper back, middle back, lower back. If you are able to do it properly, accelerate this whole process. Now, this smoke is being ejected out in a more accelerated fashion. Intensify your focus, increase your willpower. Do not recall anything that you want to get rid of. All the impressions must go. All the impressions and the resulting conditioning, all the resulting triggers, everything is melting and going towards my back. And from there, it is released in the form of smoke. Gently slow down the cleaning. No sudden movement. Gently slow it down. Now make another suggestion that a sacred current or a divine light is coming from above and it is entering my heart from the front. This sacred current is coming from the source of all creation. It is entering my heart from the front, pushing away any remaining residual impurities or complexities. Imagine your heart being filled with this sacred current. As blood flows from your heart and goes to all the corners of your body, similarly, imagine this sacred current is oozing out from your heart and going to all the corners of your body, thereby purifying your entire body. Imagine your each and every cell is becoming purer, more sacred, as the complexities have left you. You have become more simpler, As the impurities are gone, believe you have become more purer, more sacred. Imagine this sacred current saturating your each and every cell of the body. We will now conclude cleaning with a very firm conviction that yes, I have successfully completed my cleaning. I am now pure, simple, and sacred. Now, gently bring your attention to your heart. Bring back your focus to your heart. And make a supposition that the source of divine light is already present in my heart. This light is pulling my attention within. We will meditate on this idea. This whole idea is going to be our anchor on which we rest our mind. We do not repeat this continuously. We simply ignore other thoughts. We do not fight with other thoughts. We do not pay any attention to them. We are starting with this thought that there is presence of divinity in my heart. Slowly, we want to make a shift and feel the presence of divinity in our heart. So stay alert to catch the feelings arising in our heart. We can do this if we simply ignore other thoughts. So please continue to meditate like this till I say that's all. That's all. Please keep your eyes closed. And now is the time to observe your condition. Try to come up with feeling words to describe your condition. We have meditated, and now we have got a meditative state. What is that state? Recognize it, savor it for a few minutes so that it can stay with you longer. We can note down what happened during meditation, but it is more important to recognize how am I feeling now. We started with the thinking of the presence of divine light in our heart, and there is a shift. What did I feel when I came closer in contact with my heart? Am I feeling lighter, peaceful, relaxed? That is the state you and I are in. So let's recognize it, savor it, and hold on to it as long as we can. I will conclude this today's talk on motivation by something that I learned from my guide, which is nothing motivates us like the way love does. Okay, so love motivates us the most. But in our ordinary loving relationship, because of so many things, we get sometimes transactional. But by definition, love means to give, to sacrifice, to give, and of course to receive as well, but never demand. Now, we need to learn how to love like this, in which there is only giving, there is only receiving, no demand. That is why in our tradition, bhakti towards Lord is emphasized so much. Because in loving our Lord, our Maker, our Guru, we give our devotion, our devotional service. Okay, so with that, I will conclude today's talk. There are a few questions. Let's see. What are natural way to boost dopamine levels for better focus and well-being? Well, meditation is very natural. So, and heartfulness relaxation is again very natural way. Another thing is a lot of studies have been done on cold water plunge. So Mahakumbh is going on. Take a cold water plunge in the holy Triveni. I'm from Prayagraj. So I recommend you go for a holy dip in the Ganges, in the Triveni, because it is known to release dopamine much more than even cocaine or even cigarette or alcohol consumption. And this release of dopamine through cold water plunge stays with us for a very long time. So if you make some resolution and you want to make sure that you are motivated, take one step further. Do a kalpvas for 1 month. Stay in the Mela area of Kumbh Prayagraj. Take a dip, make a resolution, and take a cold plunge. This will make your motivation very resolute. And this is natural only, by the way. Cold water plunge, you can do it in your home also. And if you search internet, you will find plenty of evidence. It's not uh, some site or fluke research I'm talking about. Very serious, very methodical, very substantive research has been done on this. Okay, we have answered this second question multiple times, and I'm also sensitive of the time that we have now. It's 9:36 p.m. So let's skip this question. The question is, how can regular meditation improve focus and productivity in the workplace? So meditation is all about increasing our bandwidth of awareness, degree of awareness. More we are aware, we tend to focus better. Our productivity increases. We even become aware of what we have not done and what we have to do. And we also become aware during our meditation what is not required to be done. So, number one, you will during meditation come up with these answers like, oh, I skipped that. I have this deadline which I have totally forgot. These thoughts will come because they are unfinished business, or you will be reminded of your some altercation with your spouse, with your boss, with your colleague, whoever. So you are being reminded, patch up. Maybe you need to say sorry. And if it is bothering you, then you need to take some action, right? So maybe a sorry will patch up or set the things all right. So it reminds us. That's number one. Number two, when we are meditating on one thought that there is presence of divine light in my heart, right? This is training us to think of only one thought for a period of time. And when there are two continuous thought, and if there is a stretch, there is longer duration between these two thoughts, that means our focus is improving. So as we meditate, the gap between the two consecutive thoughts increases. That is increasing our focus. Okay, so this will in lot of time help you come up with the idea that this particular task is not required to be done. So very naturally, you will start making not to do list during your meditation. We all know that we should make a to do list to be better focused, but it is equally important not to make your not to do list to improve your productivity. So I hope it helps. I ended up answering your question. So that is all from my side. Thank you.
Thank thank you, sir, for delivering this wonderful session. And thanks to all the participants who have joined this session. And also thanks to Mr. Deepak Khanduri, sir, with us for the session. With this, we are concluding this session. Thank you all.